What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Here I come. Oh Lord, here I come. Oh shoot, I didn't put my camera on. Hold on. Hold on, my camera's not connected. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Okay, sorry about that. Can y'all see me? Do I need to get the light? I'm having some technical difficulties first thing this afternoon. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Can everybody see me and hear me? What's up, Jaded Boo? Mwah! My baby Jaded. Y'all go check Jaded out. He did a live on this earlier today. He been following this story, just like most of us have, and he did a live earlier on this today. Dragon. Ooh, before I even get started, y'all are already in the comments cutting up. Tell me if y'all need me to go get the light. I don't have my light. It's on, but it's not. Listen. I'm having some technical difficulties over here. Okay. It's giving punk as BTs. Their children are hurt by the betrayal. If Tiffany wasn't such new money, she would have paid those people off. You know what, Dragon Smoke? That's a point. Listen, before I even go any further, and I said that in my live that I did on Friday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Friday. I did that. I said that in my live Friday. I said she should have paid these people off. Like, I'm just not understanding. But we'll get to that, though. But your point, that's a valid point. Hey, Really Being Tribe on this Holy Sunday, and happy Labor Day to anyone who lives in New York City going to wherever they're going to. I think Lemon Kush got cut off. Hey, Lemon Kush. Hey, Casmine. Is this the same man that was caught on camera trying to kiss a 16-year-old at his big... Oh, I didn't know nothing about that. Hey, Mimi Raven. Hey, Medusa. DC Native, what's up, boo? I guess we know how she rose to fame with the white folks and was everywhere so quickly. Hey, Cherise. Yes, I'm giving y'all a little Halloween preview over here. I'm giving you a dark lip. This is like a greenish color. I'm going to get my light in a second. I feel like I need my light. Hey, Jace, I ain't seen you in a minute. Mwah. Hey, boo. What's up, Tracy? My producer's in the house. Hey, Auntie Dee. Tiffany, from what I understand, she is in Greece. We're going to get to all of that. I said yesterday Jason Lee was going to start defending Tiffany. You know what you did? Was it you, Medusa, in my live on Friday? That's the first thing I want to... The main reason why I'm coming back and even doing this live is because y'all said that on Friday, and it might have been you, Medusa, but I know somebody said in my chat Friday, y'all brought up Jason Lee and what Jason Lee was going to do, and I gave him too much credit. I said, I need to go back down here and talk to my people because I just sat here and gave this man too much credit. Because what did I say? I said, Jason Lee, they might be friends, but Jason Lee would sell his mama out for the story. And I just knew that he would just, I'm not saying that I thought he would drag Tiffany, but I certainly didn't see this. I really didn't see this. Like I said, I didn't think he was going to come out here and drag her. But he is really working overtime to try and defend her. We're going to get into it. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my light because I feel like I need it. Give me a second, please. Okay, I feel like that's better. You know what? I need to do something with this light behind me. I'm sick of it. Anyway, so sad. Sell their soul for some coins. Hey, C Golden, what's up? So listen, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring y'all, remember when we talked on Friday, I didn't have a lot of the details. I just had the basic news story that TMZ and some of the other news outlets was putting out. I did not have a lot of the details. But I have since read the Daily... is it the Daily Mail? The Daily Beast. The Daily Beast did a very in-depth story. It gave us a lot more information than what we had. What's up, Miss Old School? How you doing, boo? Did I see what Cat Williams had to say? I saw like an old interview of Cat Williams talking about Tiffany, but I didn't see anything new. Did he make a statement currently? Because I see people keep bringing up what he said before. They were like, he was right about Tiffany. But what Cat Williams said about Tiffany don't have nothing to do with this. I mean, he talked about the fact that she hasn't proven herself as a stand-up comedian. That's what Cat Williams said. I ain't, no offense, but I don't see what that had anything to do with this. I didn't see him giving no great like predictions that this was going to happen. I feel like a lot of people were making it seem like Cat Williams had this great, prediction. And everything I keep pulling up on Cat Williams, he's just talking about the fact that she has not proven herself as a comedian. And I feel like people are putting 20 on 10. You know what I'm saying? And they're turning this into a whole nother situation. And I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. Are we back? Okay, I think we finally out. Yeah, as soon as I got ready to go live, I started having all these technical difficulties, child. And it's a lot going on over here. But I'm good now. I finally think I got myself together. Now. We good. So the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna give y'all a little more information because I feel like we didn't have a lot on Friday, and we were speculating a lot. I say we were speculating a lot and coming to some conclusions based on the limited information. But if you read that article, there's a lot more information in that article. So let me just go through some of the highlights of the article in the Daily Beast. Just some of the highlights. Tiffany and this woman were friends. They bonded while they were both going through their messy divorce. And it was very messy on both parts. And that they became friends. They were very close friends to the point where these children called Tiffany auntie, and she called them her niece and nephew. So the relationship was a friendship relationship. They met through the comedy circuit. So I don't know if the mama was trying to be a comedian or the mama was trying to get the kids in, but they met through the business. Okay, so that's important to understand that they met in this business world, right? Tiffany was speaking at a comedy camp that the young lady was attending, that the Jane Doe was attending. Now, if you read I said this yesterday, if you read Tiffany Haddish's book, she speaks about these comedy camps and how, she would speak at these comedy camps and how she would like mentor these kids. She speaks on that. So that sounds, if you read her book, it makes sense. It's connected, right? The dots is like So how it started was Tiffany told her mom that she needed the young lady because they were filming a commercial. She told her they were filming a commercial. Now, the video with the young lady, which I haven't seen any clips of this video, so they must have scrubbed this one, child. To make a short version of it, they were eating a sandwich. And in the midst of eating the sandwich, they started mimicking fellatio. They were moaning and groaning, and they were licking and doing all kinds of things to this sandwich. So then they brought the girl, Jane Doe, in and told her, do what you just saw them do. Basically wanted her to mimic what those people were doing with the sandwich. She said even Tiffany was coaxing her and coaching her on how to mimic fellatio on this sandwich. They filmed it. She said she didn't feel good about it. It felt kind of, she said she understood. She wasn't that naive that she didn't understand what they were doing. And it made her uncomfortable, but she did it. She said she never told her mother. So that's important because people were like, a kid would tell their mom. No, a lot of times kids don't say nothing. Kids don't talk. Okay. A lot of times kids don't say anything. So she never told her mother. Okay. About a year later, so remember, they were already friends when this first incident happened. They continued to be friends for another year. And about a year later, Tiffany told the mom, hey, I have an opportunity, or I may have an opportunity at Nickelodeon for your son. We're going to create a sizzle role for him. So I need him to come and do some filming. We're going to create a sizzle role. Now, for people who don't know what a sizzle role is, a sizzle role is like a highlight film, right? A sizzle role is you are recording yourself doing different things to show your range as an actor or an actress. Either you splice together stuff you've already done, or you create scenarios to show I can cry on cue, I can be funny, I can dance, I can sing. Like, you are highlighting everything, and these are the things that they're passing around at the studios, so that people can see if they even want to call you in for an interview or an audition. Okay, so she said we're going to create this sizzle reel for him because I may have an opportunity for him down to the Nickelodeon. So again, y'all, this is a woman who I guess is interested in getting her children involved in show business. And here's this woman saying, hey, I've got these opportunities for them. Oh, let me put a pin in it. The little girl was paid $100. So they gave her $100 and sent her home. Okay. So a year later, Tiffany says, I need your son. We're going to create this sizzle role. Okay. I just want to make sure because I took notes. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm at the point. All right. I just want to make sure I got following my notes. Hey.
Good evening. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Hey. So once when she got the little boy, she had the kids at the same time. They separated the kids. They put the little girl upstairs while they were downstairs filming this situation. The little girl said that by the time she saw her brother later on that day, her brother's face was red because he had been crying. And she said up until that day, now this is her side of the story. She said up until that day, Tiffany had never been mean to them. She had never raised her voice at them. She had never been anything but nice to them. But on that day, she got very irritated with her brother. She yelled at them. And when the brother was crying and said he didn't want to do it anymore, she was like, fine, I'll take y'all home. And the little boy ended up calling his mom and telling his mom that he didn't want to do it anymore. And Tiffany told the mother, he ain't cut out for showbiz. He's not cut out to be an actor. As if, he had messed something up and he couldn't, do whatever. He ain't cut out for this. On the way home, they said that Tiffany continued to, talk trash to them or whatever as they were riding home, basically telling them that this ain't for them. The business ain't for them. Okay. So the mother, concerned about why her son was so upset and what had upset him so much, the mother reached out to Ari Spears and asked to see the footage. She said this went on for a couple of weeks. He kept telling her that it was being edited. And then finally he told her the footage was so bad. Your son's acting was so horrible. We couldn't use it and everything has been deleted. Now, this is the mom's version of the story, y'all. I ain't saying that this is what happened. I'm telling you what the mama said happened, okay? So she said she never saw it because they wouldn't show it to her. Now, according to the article, there was a settlement in 2019 between the mother and Ari Spears, where he doesn't admit to any wrongdoing. However, he admits to maybe something real silly, but nothing bad. So there was a settlement, and that's what Jason Lee is alluding to when I read y'all what he said. There was a settlement, but the settlement was not with Tiffany Haddish. The settlement was with Ari Spears, and I think somebody else, but it wasn't with Tiffany. And so this lawsuit is, and that's why I think a lot of people are like, well, why aren't more people talking about Ari Spears? Because Ari Spears isn't a part of the lawsuit because there was already a settlement. It's Tiffany that she's suing. From my understanding. Now, if y'all got something different, put it in the chat. But this is my understanding. They didn't say how much the settlement was for, but they said there wasn't a settlement with Ari Spears back in 2019. They also said that the mother did file a police report. So for all the people that are like, why did the mother go to the police? Why didn't mother go to the authorities? She did. But it says in the article that it looks like nothing was done with that report. And I told y'all the other day why there probably wasn't a lot of follow-up on that report. The mother said that she had reached out to Tiffany over the years for money to pay for therapy because her kids are having such a hard time. She said she has even gone through a lot. At one point in time, feeling like she wanted to unalive herself for the guilt that she felt about putting her kids in this situation. Because by this time, her kids have told her the story. Now, remember, I told you, I'm only going to deal with this video situation. There are other allegations in the lawsuit that go deeper, and I ain't touching that, okay? So remember that the kids are alleging that more happened to them while they were filming this video, which has led them down this road of needing therapy and yada, yada, yada. Remember that part, okay? This is deeper. According to the kids, it's deeper. Now, Jane Doe, who is 18 now, has custody of her 15-year-old brother, and now she is filing a lawsuit because she said all those years ago she felt like she could not protect her brother, that she was in the same house where he was while something was happening to him, and she didn't protect him, and so now she has custody of him. She's of legal age, and now she feels like, boom, I can protect him, and that's what it is. Okay? Now, these are the highlights. I ain't telling you everything. Y'all can still go read the article. It's more in the article, but this is just what hit me because we talked about this on Friday, and these were some of the questions that we talked about. Somebody abused my child. I'm not going to ask the abuser for therapy money. Well, I believe that all of them should go down. Tiger and Trish should be in jail for Kyle. Tracy, how you go left? That don't have nothing to do with Tiger and Chris. What? Huh? I refuse to watch any of those videos floating around. The thought of it makes my skin crawl. Yeah, but I told people yesterday, even the edited version is sickening. Much less the unedited. I never want to see the unedited at all. At all. So this is what I'm gonna say, Tracy. First of all, we comparing apples to oranges. What happened with Tiger, Kylie, and Kris Jenner? That's so different. That is what's up, good boy? Hey, boo. Mwah. That's different. Y'all not gonna sit here and start comparing apples to oranges. The situation with Kylie and Tiger is a situation that happens to every 16-year-old child in America. Okay, the 16-year-old child started dating the 20-year-old boy. And in this case, the mama knew about it. The mama was okay with it. They kept their relationship private until she was 18. And on her 18th birthday, they went public and had a baby. Listen, we don't have to like it, but that ain't the same. I'm sorry. That ain't the same. To me, my bigger issue with the Kylie, Tiger, Kris Jenner situation is Tiger was your sister's best friend. I mean, China was your sister's best friend. At one point in time, what a lot of people don't remember or a lot of people don't believe is Black China and Kim Kardashian were friends. And Black China and Kim Kardashian were friends when Tiger was dating Blac Chyna. And to me, that's the bigger issue is your nasty tail was running around here scheming on your baby mama's best friend's daughter, Tiger. And Kylie, you was scheming on your sister's best friend's baby daddy, Kylie. And Kris, you was cool with it. But that, I ain't gonna compare that to what's happening. I ain't gonna compare that. Good boy. People, please stay on topic. We need all the smoke for Tiffany and Aries. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't see the comparison, Tracy. I don't see the comparison. What Andrew saying? You know Andrew. What Andrew saying? What my boo saying? I saw the video, but I don't see anything with Tiffany. Well, then what video did you see, boo? I don't know what video you saw then. I made the mistake and saw a bit of the video and was repulsed by the few moments I saw. I don't even know why they thought that was a good idea or funny. That's the thing. Like, people want to try to make it seem like, oh, well, it was a PSA. No, they were trying to do that as a comedy skit. They thought it was funny, and they were trying to make it into a comedy skit. We're not going to sit here and rewrite history. Now, because they are comedians, they act, you know what I'm saying? But they were not trying to give us no after school special. Because I was in a chat the other day, and somebody was like, well, what's the difference between that? And when I was growing up, we had after school specials. First of all, and don't make me give my age away. But first of all, yes, we had after school specials. But I don't know if y'all remember, like I remember when they had those after school specials, they would always have like this disclaimer at the beginning. They would tell you that, you know, they would tell parents this is something you should watch with your kids. And did y'all get the weekly readers in school? I got the weekly readers. Did y'all get the weekly readers? Y'all know what I'm talking about? You used to pay however much money, and your teacher would get a class set, and every week you would get these little weekly readers, and they would have like stories that was going on in the world, but it would be on the kids level. The after school specials will always be in them weekly readers, and the teacher would go along with, you know, and the teacher would talk to you about it, and they really were about identifying when something is wrong. And it really was a lesson in it, okay? And yes, Jada Nerd, they were fully clothed. Okay? The people had their clothes on. And they never showed an actual act. They alluded to it. Shoot, y'all remember? It's not funny. But remember when they had that in Different Strokes? Remember they had that Different Strokes where it was like a very special episode of Silver Spoons, a very special episode of Different Strokes, a very special episode, because they wanted people to know that this Webster, I think they had one Webster, where it was always about some creepy old person trying to be too nice to them, but they never actually showed anything happening. They alluded to it. You know what I'm saying? Remember when that boy made, what was Arnold's friend's name? What was his name? Damn, Jaded, I know you remember. I know Jada remember. Arnold's friend's name. Remember they was in that man's basement with the comic books, and he said he was a photographer, and he made them take the shirt off, and that's when Arnold was like, something ain't right here. Why I gotta take my shirt off? And he left, and he tried to get him to leave with him. What's his name? Douglas? That don't even sound right, but okay, I believe you. And he made him leave with him. He tried to make him leave, and he wouldn't leave, and he ran home and told his father. You see what I'm saying? That's Dudley. That was his name, Dudley. Yep, it was Dudley. It was Dudley. You know what I'm saying? And so that's, to me, that's different, y'all. That's different. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. Somebody was saying something. Hold on. It wasn't funny, but I think they know that it would have been taken the wrong way. That's why we never saw it till now. I just don't see the big outrage because it was never aired. Then I don't know what to tell you, Gabor. If you don't see what the big, I can't make you see it. You can give it B. I watched the after school special. I remember some of those stories, and I read. Yeah, I was in the weekly readers. So here's the thing, Gabor. It's not about. See, this isn't about the fact whether we actually saw the skit or not. This is more about the fact that you put these kids in these situations. You created this environment where you had these kids doing these things. Now, remember, again, I keep telling y'all, there's more that these kids are saying happened to them than just these videos. I ain't going down that rabbit hole, okay? That's for them to figure it out. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. But just the video itself, to take a 4-year-old child and put him in that situation. I mean, Gabor, at one point in time, that grown-ass man was in the tub with that little boy, and he didn't have on no clothes. That grown-ass man got in the tub, and then at the end of the video, they had that little boy rubbing oil on that grown-ass man's back. Like, I'm sorry. It's just something, that's not cool. And we didn't see the video with the little girl, but allegedly, you know, they had this 14-year-old child reenacting fellatio on a damn sandwich. That's just not cool. The fact that she told the mother it was right. She lied to the mother because she told the mother they were going to put together something for Nickelodeon. So that's see, my thing is this: when you lying, that tells me that you already know that something ain't right. When you starting off with a lie, because if you didn't think you were doing anything wrong, and again, this is all their version of the story. So let me be prepped. This is all their version of the story. But based on their version of the story, when you start off, if you picking up somebody's child and say, hey, I'm going to run them over to the studio because I got a commercial that they might be able to get into this commercial. And you know that that's not what you're doing. And you pick up the little boy and say, hey, I might have an opportunity for him down at Nickelodeon. We're going to put together, I'm going to take him over here so we can work on his sizzle reel. And that ain't what y'all was doing. That already tell me right there, something ain't right. You lying. But again, that's one version of the story. I don't want to hear any excuses or deflection or gaslight, and we want justice. They need to be locked up. And yes, I missed the 80s. They gave us PSAs, but it wasn't a Tiffany video, Ari's video. Exactly. You remember that 2-part episode? Yeah, that 2-part episode, Different Strokes. I remember when on the Facts of Life, when Natalie character almost got, sexually assaulted. Like, they did address hard topics with the sitcoms directed at the kids, but it was handled in a way that was responsible. It was uploaded to Funny or Die. Yeah, absolutely. It was on, and that's the other thing, Gabor. It was on Funny or Die. They took it down, but it had been uploaded. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we hadn't seen it. I just surprised nobody had seen it up until this point. All right, what pulls my teeth said, the outrage for me, Gabor, is that children are now old enough to have to deal with that trauma. I remember the episode, they had the similar episode on the Smart Guy. I never looked at the Smart Guy. I never looked at that show. Dudley came out with no shirt on. Child, I remember that. It was online for 4 years from what I heard. They took it down. Yeah, it was online. I didn't know it was for 4 years, but I knew it was online for a while. It was on Funny or Die? Okay. We wonder what's wrong with our children today. Most times they have been abused. Listen, Miss Bell, I was thinking about that yesterday. I promise you I was. I was driving when I went to go pick up my dinner yesterday. And I was listening to the Tasha K interview with Jessica Reed, the young lady who had the situation with Charlemagne. And she was telling her story. And in her story, she talked about being taken advantage of as a child by her godbrother. And I just was listening to her tell her story. And I was thinking, and Tasha K was abused as well. And I'm just thinking, how many of our kids who are now adults dealing with the remnants of that? And again, I'm not going to sit here and say that anything happened to those kids outside of what we saw happen in those videos. However, that's bad enough to me. For us to put our kids in that position. And I mean, I know I ain't about to go back down the road of, people act and da-da-da. I mean, I'm not doing that. A pedophile will prey on a kid who was fully clothed in the library. They went too effing far right. See, I ain't see all that. All I saw was Ari's looking through. Right, good boy. You have to. I mean, and listen, I'm not saying you should see the unedited video because it's sick. It really is sick. But if you see, I saw an edited version, and the edited version it's bad, good boy. In my opinion, it's bad. The little boy who was 4 years old did not have on any clothes the whole video. He just had on his underwear the whole video. And it's not good. Right. There was no parental consent. Tiffany and Ari's Facebook is getting trashed. I bet it is. They're probably going to have to disable it. They're going to probably have to disable all their social media. I can't imagine what their social media is looking like right now. They're going to probably have to disable all of their social media. We're going to talk about, I'm going to read the rest of these comments and then I'm going to talk to you guys about what Jason Lee is saying. One part of the skit displayed the minor reading a comic book with eye holes poked through, had him fantasize. Yeah. I saw the video. If you're able to watch it and you're okay, check yourself out. Yeah, because I couldn't. Even the edited version made me sick. Can we just go ahead and cancel Jason Lee too? We about to, Raven, because let's talk about it. Well, I told y'all, after he said the queen was dead and talking about he had impeccable information and sources, and he wasn't backtracking even after we clearly saw the queen. We saw her. Are you supposed to be 100% transparent when dealing with folks' kids? Oh, you are supposed to be. I'm about to say, yeah, you are supposed to be. When Tuddy was a model with the creepy photographer. Oh, Tootie. Yeah. I forgot about that episode too, DC native. Yup. Tootie. Mm-hmm. They should be ashamed of themselves. There wasn't any mention of her. Say she asked her mother to stay for the filming or anything. Unacceptable. If you saw the unedited, it's hard to process. I was sexually abused by 2 cousins at the age of 6 and 9, and I still have nightmares on 48. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, good boy. Read the article. Go to if you go into your search engine and you put in the Daily Beast, Tiffany Haddish, it comes right up. Read that article, and maybe that'll give you more information. Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anybody that's in this chat, it's 84 people in here. Anybody in this chat that has dealt with any type of abuse, I definitely feel for you, and I pray. Because the more and more you hear about these people's stories, it's always abuse involved. Like the more and more you hear people, it's so much abuse. Like it's so many sick adults in this world. It's sickening, you know. As a victim of child abuse, I don't take this stuff lightly. It affects the child abuse. The effects of child abuse messenger for a long time. Trust me. Exactly. So let's talk about now Jason Lee. We know that Jason Lee is friends with Tiffany Haddish. Okay. Now let me say this to y'all. I'm not the kind of friend that's going to abandon a friend, but I am the kind of friend that if I can't defend you, I'm just going. I mean, there's some things I can't defend. Listen, let me just go on and be real with y'all. Y'all joke with me all the time. If y'all new to my channel, then y'all don't know the running joke in this channel is that I used to date the drug dealers back in the 80s and 90s. Let me tell you something. I have friends who have done some things that weren't good. You know what I'm saying? They weren't proud of. I have family members that have gone to jail for, you know what I'm saying? They still my family and I still love them. But that does not mean that I'm about to get up here and defend what they did. What they did was wrong. So I'm not saying that Jason got to kick her to the curb and exile and never speak to her again. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is it's not okay to be out here trying to come up with excuses for the bad behavior. That's what I'm saying. So let me read y'all some of what Jason Lee said. The internet is a wild playground. The skit is clearly trash, but there's a conversation not happening because details are missing. Oh, and I'm going to reveal the people behind the lawsuits. No John or Jane Does here. Sir, so first of all, you said there's a conversation not happening because details are missing. What details are missing? What's the conversation we need to have, sir? And then you threaten to dox the Jane and the John Doe. Now, the Jane Doe is 18, and you would still be wrong by putting her business out there. But the John Doe is a minor. Sir, if you expose who this John Doe is, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. Because this person is going by John Doe because they are identified in a lawsuit that deals with something as sensitive as what we're talking about. Again, remember, they are accusing Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish of more than just this video. And there's a lawsuit involved in that, and their names are protected for legal reasons. Okay, the Jane Doe is 22. I'm sorry, I keep saying 18. For legal reasons, their names are not identified. The John Doe is not 18. It's not legal yet. You can put that little boy's name out there if you want to. You're gonna be in jail. You're going to jail. You put that little boy name out there if you want to. Now the 22-year-old, that would just be in bad taste. But the 15-year-old, what's up, D? Good boy said, of course he's gonna defend Tiffany. She's his only A-list friend, child. Jason Lee is saying that the mother and Tiffany Haddish were lovers. So what? Here's the thing. Even if they were, how does that change this narrative? How does it change the narrative, Jason? So what if they were lovers? So you, as a gay man, is going to weaponize the fact that these two women may have been in a same-sex relationship and use that as an excuse to defend bad behavior? Wow, Jason. Wow. As a man, an LGBTQIA member, you are going to weaponize it? Wow. Who at my door? Hold on, y'all. Let me see who this is on my door. Oh, I think they just delivered something. Oh, it's the FedEx man. He delivered something. I get it when I get off again. Jada says, do we not care about victims? Exactly. The nerve of Jason giving the he himself is a victim of... Okay. I don't care if Jane, Mama, and Tiffany was busting it wide open on Girls Gone Wild. Exactly. Okay. You're right, Really B. You don't behold people in their wrongdoing, even if they're family. If you're wrong and at fault, it doesn't matter. It's your favorite cousin or auntie. Exactly. Listen, I'm not saying you abandon people, but at the end of the day, if they wrong, they wrong. There's some things I'm going to abandon you. It's some things that I can't rock with. But there are other things that, listen, you did it. You made a bad decision. You effed up, but I still love you. But that don't mean that I'm going to be out on the front lines defending you. I'm just saying, you call me what you want. None of that matters in this situation. The only thing that will prove is just how much more the mother trusted her. Right? I was going to say that, keep it cute. If anything, that goes to the validity of what the mother is saying, that she trusted Tiffany with her kids. If they were sleeping together for years, they were in a relationship for years, to me, that just lends validity to the fact that the mother trusted Tiffany. Because, of course, the first thing out of people's mouths is, well, why would the mother let Tiffany take her kids? Well, if you're in a relationship with somebody for 2 or 3 years and they say, hey, let me pick the kids up, I got an opportunity for them, and you trying to get them in the business, like, that doesn't help, Jason. See, that's why sometimes people just need to be quiet. Don't help me. Don't help me. Tracy, I ain't doing this with you, Tracy, today. But don't help me. That don't help her, sir. That don't help her. Stupid. Thank you so much, Ms. Bell. To be honest, I felt useless. So when it happened to my daughter, I broke the generational curse because it happened to my mom as well at a young age. Wow. I better get my package before the free shoppers do. Child, if they come up on my porch, my ring gonna go off again, and I'm gonna see their ass. They gonna be on camera. Knock on wood. I don't want to say it out loud, but knock on wood. I generally don't have those problems. Knock on wood, because stuff always happens. But then on his personal Instagram, because that was on Twitter, I believe, or maybe that was on Instagram, child. Now y'all know they eating him up. You know that the people are eating him up. It ain't go down, like my girl Tabitha said, it ain't go down the way he thought it was going to go down, because they are eating his ass up on the internet. So I guess he figured he needed to double down. So he went over to his Instagram, and he's posting pictures of him and Tiffany together. And then he posted a video of Eddie Murphy making gay jokes. Again, not the same, sir. Is it in bad taste? Sure, it is. We know Eddie Murphy has made some not very politically correct jokes about the LGBTQ. Hell, most comedians prior to the last 10 years have. Shit, some within the last 5 years, okay? That, again, sir, not the same thing. Like my girl Medusa said at the beginning of this video, we are not going to compare apples and oranges. We're not going to do it. What does Eddie Murphy making a bad joke about LGBTQ people have to do with Tiffany? I totally understand that. Yes, protect your daughter and keep talking to her and keep her close. Trust no one and never forget you matter. Oh, I love it when I see y'all in the chat supporting each other. I think he rustles feathers on purpose to get clout. Probably. Jason is just like Shekinah. Right. Just be quiet. You are not helping her right now. Jason Lee used to mention preferring young men on his podcast. So this behavior. Ooh. Jason is deflecting. Don't show us no video of Eddie Murphy. Keep all that heat on you. That's what you wanted and that's what you got. We need cancel anybody who thinks it's okay to exploit and defile children. Listen. Y'all know how I feel about cancel culture, but I will say this. I do think that there is such thing as holding people accountable for bad behavior. Okay? You hold people accountable for bad behavior. And this was bad behavior. And what bothers me is, and I said this the other day, and I'll just reiterate, I'll repeat what I said the other day. Tiffany should have gotten in front of this. She knew this was coming because the Daily Beast reached out to her prior to them printing this article. Prior to them printing this article, they reached out to her for a comment. So she knew this article was coming. She knew the lawsuit was happening. Her attorney even admitted that this is something that has been going on for years between Tiffany and this woman. So you knew this was coming. Listen. I'm getting ready to come out for a minute and I'm going to look at this as a Olivia Pope. Okay? I'm not looking at this as somebody who's disgusted by what Tiffany did. I'm looking at this as Olivia Pope. She should have absolutely made a statement as soon as she got. First of all, if she did not want to talk to the Daily Beast, she should have talked to somebody that she trusted. Fuck it, get a story to Jason Lee. But she should have told her story first. Before this article even came out, she should have got in front of this. But what she should have done 5 years ago was pay this woman. Now, y'all ain't got to like what I just said. Now, I'm okay with that. But she should have paid this woman. She should have paid this woman. And for all the people that are like, well, all she wanted was some money. Okay, well. As a man, the video still brings me to tears. The boy was so innocent. Common sense. As a woman. You know. If I were Tiffany Haddish, if I were her management, when this first came up, I would have told her, you need to pay this woman. And you need to make her sign an NDA. You need to pay her, and you need to make her sign an NDA. If you don't want to pay her, option B is we're going to sit down with a news outlet that is, what's the word I'm looking for? That likes us. That's, I don't want to say biased, but friendly to us. And we're going to tell the story. Especially after the Daily Beast reached out to you, you knew the article was coming out. Jason Lee is your friend. You know he's going to give you a good spin. Sit down and let Jason Lee tell the story. Let him interview you. Let him put it up on his social media platforms and let him tell your side of the story. And then it's going to be your word against her word in the court of public opinion, and may the best story win. But now what you've done is you've allowed this woman and her story to be the narrative, because the more and more people get this version of the story, that's the version of the story that people are going to believe, whether it's true or not. We don't know whether it's true. We have to keep saying allegedly. I have to keep saying this is her version of the story. This is what she said. I wasn't there. I don't know what really happened with these people. But the more and more, the more and more quiet that you and your camp, because even the statement you made was very defensive and came off as insensitive, where your lawyer basically making this woman out to be a gold digger that was just trying to capitalize off of what happened to her children. And then when that video surfaced, now you're allowing people to create their own dialogue. You're allowing people to create the story. And that's the version of the story that people are going to hold on to. That's it. That's the version of the story that people are going to hold on to. You should have made a statement. You knew about this video when you was up on stage grinding up on Usher. You knew about this article. Now she's in Greece. And listen, this may very well have been a pre-planned vacation because she's been traveling for a minute. If you follow Tiffany Haddish, she's been traveling for a minute. She was in Greece, and before that, she was a couple of other places. She's been traveling. She didn't just leave the country, right? But now that's what it looks like. Because I've already seen a couple of headlines. Tiffany Haddish flees to Greece. Tiffany Haddish is hiding out in Greece. So again, you're allowing the media to create the story. Both have worked for Disney. Well, child, Disney got their own shit. I'm side-eyeing everything Tiffany has done. She and Aries have worked with children early in their careers. Child. On IG partying with Usher in Vegas. Allegedly, she's now overseas. Yeah, allegedly, she's in Greece. Exactly. So that I'm just saying, like I said, if I'm looking at this as a crisis manager, if I'm your Olivia Pope, that's what I tell you to do. We would have heard this story 2 weeks ago, and we would have heard it from Tiffany. And Tiffany would have been very apologetic. She would have said, in hindsight, it was a bad idea, but it was, sometimes in comedy you get caught up. Sometimes in comedy you go too far, and this was certainly an example of us going too far, but we did not address the video and deny the other allegations, because like I said, there's more allegations. She should have been like, the video was bad. The optics are bad. It was a bad decision. This was something I did early on in my career. Funny or Die at the time was a really big platform where comedians were getting videos and going viral. And that's what we were trying to do. And maybe we went too far and the decisions were bad. But as far as I never violated those children in that manner. I never touched those children in any inappropriate way. ... You know what I'm saying? Admit to the video. Apologize for the video. Take responsibility for the bad optics and the bad decision, and it ain't a good look. Take it. You got to eat that. You're going to have to eat that. And then deny the rest of it. Let Jason Lee put it up on his platforms. So when it comes out, you sort of take the oomph out of it. People are like, oh, well, this is what Tiffany was talking about. Oh, okay. Oh, this is what the mom said happened. Oh, okay. Now, it lessens the blow. I ain't saying that there's not going to be anything, but it takes away a whole lot of the boom. Yeah, you absolutely acknowledge the trauma. Like I said, you have to acknowledge that what you did was bad. You have to be very remorseful about what you did was bad. Very remorseful. But you also want to deny that you did anything further than do this video. You got to admit, we can see the damn video. You got to admit to that. You have to show some remorse. You have to take responsibility. You have to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be very remorseful. I already used that word. But when you're doing the interview, you have to come off very, talk very low. You can't give us the Tiffany, no. You have to be very, very this. You know what, Tracy? I don't know if they had remorse. I'm talking about if I were her crisis manager, I'm telling her what to do. I ain't saying she's remorseful. I'm not even saying, I'm talking about if I'm in charge of her, if I'm in charge of saving her ass, sympathetic. Thank you, Rue. That's what I'm looking for. If I'm in charge of saving her ass, this is what I'm telling her ass she need to do. You sit down. You can't be the Tiffany rah Haddish. You sit down. You keep your voice low. You talk calm. You tell the story. You apologize. You show remorse. You apologize to those kids for putting them in those positions. You talk about the fact, like I already said, in the moment you got caught up. In the moment you got caught up, and it was a bad idea. Bad idea. But you didn't do nothing more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't saying she remorseful. I'm not even saying she feel bad, because I don't know how Tiffany feel behind closed doors. But if I'm her Olivia Pope, that's what we would have done 2 weeks ago. And Jason Lee would not have been my choice. But because her and Jason Lee are friends, I would have said to her, you can talk to Jason Lee if you want to. I know that's your boy. We're going to let him put it up on his platforms, his podcasts, his, whatever. But that wouldn't have been my choice. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. Jason Lee would not have been my choice. Tiffany Haddish could talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's called PR control. Absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly. You handle things in the beginning, infancy stages. You don't let things mushroom or wait until things come upon you to deal with it. She paid the people years ago and had them sign an NDA. Listen, let me tell you something. A whole lot of stuff is saved with an NDA. I'm telling you the truth. Now, the only thing is the NDA does not cover you from illegal activity. So if the children are now saying that something illegal happened, it could still be a problem because the NDA does not cover you from illegal activity. It's not the same as an NDA doesn't work the same as like the priest bond or, saving a married couple from testifying against each other. I can't make you sign an NDA and then make you witness me commit a crime. It doesn't cover that. And then after I did that interview and said my piece, then I take my ass to Greece for a couple of weeks and let this shit blow over. But, ain't nobody call me, child. Ain't nobody call me, child. Because that damn attorney made it worse. That attorney did make it worse. I agree. She needs to be contrite. She does. Listen, if Jason Lee reveals the names of those kids, that'll be... I really think he'll find himself in jail. Now, I don't know. I ain't nobody's lawyer, so I don't know, child. Don't forget, Simone, Girl Is That Legal, will be here tomorrow, and we will talk about this, and we will talk about Jessica Reed's interview with Tasha K as it relates to Charlamagne the God. We will be talking about this case and that case. Simone will be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Those of you who have followed Simone, Girl Is That Legal, she's an attorney. She's been here a couple of times before. We said we would make it a regular thing, child. We know that this was gonna hit this week, so I talked to her, and she's gonna be here Monday. Hold on, I saw something about Kevin Hart. Olivia Pope will work for the mom, if anything. Olivia Pope will work whoever. I don't know about that. Olivia Pope took some crazy stuff back. If you go back to the first couple of seasons of Scandal before it got before it became all about her and the president, if you go back and look at some of them cases that they took at the beginning, I don't know. I ain't gonna say she wouldn't have took Tiffany case, child. Jason wouldn't have made the top 25. Yeah, Jason, even Kevin stand away from her. I'm telling y'all, she's kryptonite right now. She has to take into account how the kids feel and go off of that. Jason Lee making it worse. He is. I thought NDAs did cover crime. Laughed my ass off. I watched Empire too long. I believe I saw an attorney say that, and I could be wrong. I'll ask Simone when Simone comes here on Mo. If you in the chat, remind me. But I'll ask Simone on Monday about that. But my understanding is that NDAs do not cover crimes. Now that's my understanding, but I'll double check that. What would be the kids going after her, not the mother with the NDA? Yeah. Jason is doing scare tactics. That's what all Ooh. No problem, Jaded. You did the video earlier today. Y'all make sure y'all check out Jaded. And Jade, I need to call you too. Because we got to get to work. What I talked to you about. We got to get to work. I've been sick since I've been home. So I haven't been able to do a lot. I feel a lot better now. Still not 100%, but I'm in the 90th percentile. I'm in the 90th percentile. Thank you. Lil Baby said NDAs do not cover crimes. Yes, ma'am. And NDAs better not cover crime or I'm scared. Not Olivia Pope works for who buys her the best blazers or hat. Don't forget Olivia Pope used to wear bad hat, honey. Okay, I am right. Yeah. NDAs don't cover that. NDA is in place for people to not be able to, sell your secrets to the tabloids kind of stuff. I mean, that's not all NDAs, but in this area of celebrity, NDA is so that you can't be somebody's nanny and then sell pictures of the kids or talk about their eating habits or, you know, so and so, they fight every day. I'm their nanny. I'm their housekeeper. I'm the guy, their driver. Like, NDAs cover a lot of that. And that's why, you know, you'll see there's certain people you don't never hear nothing about because they got airtight NDAs. Now, people can break an NDA, but usually the penalty for breaking an NDA is so harsh that most people, they don't chance it. I mean, they might tell little tidbits, you know what I mean? But nothing major that can direct. Like, for example, Beyonce's nannies, right? They might tell a little tidbit that's generalized that anybody could know, but they ain't going to be talking about, well, you know, Rumi and Suri get up at 6 o'clock every morning and they do calisthenics and then they have to meditate for an hour. Like, because then it would be like, okay, I know that this is somebody, okay, Jaded, because I know that this is somebody who is very specific to them. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't tell that somebody bit Beyonce in the face. Well, yeah, that's probably not a good idea either. Which is what Tiffany Haddish did, child. But yeah, she's definitely kryptonite right now. It'll be the next couple of weeks are going to be very interesting. I do find it interesting that we have not heard a lot about any consequences coming to Tiffany Haddish right now. I do find that interesting. Like I said the other day, is a double standard in this country as it relates to men and women. Because if this had been a man, we'd be hearing all about this was canceled, this was canceled, this was canceled, this was canceled. You know what, LB? She probably didn't have the money back in 2018. Actually, in 2018, she did. Once Girls Trip came out, she had a little change. You know, hell, if Ari Spears could have settled with the woman, what's up, Cams? And we know Ari Spears, he settled with the woman. She could have gave that woman some money. Not Tiffany being radioactive. Are we going to talk about the fact that this is coming out? Because that's not why this is coming out, Jane. This is coming out because the case was filed. The court case was filed, and the Daily Beast did an article on it. And the Daily Beast was doing that article regardless. And this has nothing to do with Ari Spears coming for Lizzo. This article was coming out already. Like this was already something that was going to happen. The NDA would be if you had an affair with a famous actor or rapper and they bought me a luxury condo and he set me up with the bank account worth millions and a monthly stipend. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? People got whole kids out here. They just sign NDAs so they can be taken care of, child. This is coming out because everything done in the dark comes to light. Well, there you go. Everything done in the dark comes to the light. Yep. All right, y'all. It's been an hour, but I know I'll keep y'all posted. It'll be very interesting to see how this continues to evolve. Y'all. There are 136 people in the chat. Please hit the like button on your way out. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free 99. It is free 99. Okay. But I'll keep y'all posted if we hear anything major. Needed this bit of tea, though. I hate it for Tiffany. I wonder if it came after Lizzo trying to cover up the story. Well, you know what, LB? Somebody in my comments said maybe that's why he did it. Because he knew that this was getting ready to hit the news and maybe he was trying to deflect or create some sort of diversion. Thank you, Medusa. I enjoy your commentary, your information, your tidbits you drop in the chat. Medusa said, thank you for this chat. I enjoy your channel. DC Native. Yes, y'all continue to enjoy y'all Labor Day weekend. And don't forget the reason for the season. Why we celebrate Labor Day. For those of you that enjoy a 5-day week and a 40-hour week and paid holidays and medical and short-term disability and unemployment insurance, y'all better thank a union member. You better thank a union member because if that's why we got the Labor Day. Okay, that's why we here. Everyone have a good and blessed day. Oh, I just read that. Hey Xavier, you coming in right as we leaving out, baby. I like that it definitely gave diversion since he paid the mom and wanted it to go away. Yeah. You should have went to law school. You would have been a hell of a lawyer. You know, I thought about it. One day I'll tell y'all that story. But anyway, thank y'all. Like the video on your way out, and I will talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace.